Hi. I just watched a video from Powell Jr. that I'm going to drop in the description, the link in the description so that you can go and watch it. I like him a lot. I'd like to see more of his wife. I'm sure they make a great combination, but um, speaking on that, the video shows and depicts a young woman with a baby on her hip, and she's cooking. And she has an axe to grind. I know that axe very well. Very well. Um, I don't fit the mold for marriage. I have had 2 failed marriages, children from both marriages. And dare I say that they were not fit for marriage either. They wanted a mommy. They wanted somebody who was going to cook and clean and do the laundry. And the first husband and the second husband thought that they could wear that clean laundry out with other women. Yeah. And I was at home with the kids. Shockers. Then I divorced the first husband. It was, he was supposed to get every other weekend so I could work as a nurse. While we were divorced, I went to school and became a nurse. So I had a good paying job. And unfortunately, I married the second husband, and that's a story in and of itself. It was my job to care for those kids. I had been groomed by my own mother to do just that. Cook, clean, take care of the children, take care of your husband, and don't forget to be a whore in the bedroom. Never say no to him, always put out for him. Yeah, I'm not built that way. No. No. I believe it's a partnership. Half my kids are half theirs. They need to step up and they need to be fathers. And neither of them did. The first one couldn't give a shit when I was living in the same state as him. I was in New Jersey. I moved up to Canada with the second husband. In fact, I took it through court because my ex threatened me with court. I jumped the gun. I went to court. Judge asked me, well, how much time has he spent with the kids? I said, we'll go from 1 year back. He goes, yeah, okay, 1 year back. No, I bought up my handy dandy binder because I'm an accurate record keeper. I said, adding up all the time, it amounted to 2 days. Just a little over 48 hours in 1 year. Obviously, I was not well liked at work. I couldn't do my job. Second one didn't bother to transfer my license up there. I tried twice to transfer it. I filed to transfer in Ontario. And the file would run out because he was running interference on the mail. Yeah. It was a highly abusive marriage. One built on lies, and he was a con man. And a whole lot more. If he had money, he'd be on Epstein's plane. Let's leave it at that. So he wasn't allowed to have anything to do with the children. He has no parental rights. That was the court. I also never got any support. So I didn't get any real downtime. I am appreciative of men that do help their families. I have had male friends who have gotten divorced who I called out. When they complained that, oh, I got to pay out all this money in child support. Well, if you were still married, you'd still be paying that amount for your kid anyway. Yeah, but I don't get to see my kids. You take your time that you're allotted and you see your kids. And you build that relationship with the kids. But the mom was to stay at home. The mom got the custody. The parent who stays at home is supposed to have custody of the kids if the marriage ends. Why? Because they are the main caregiver. So I come up here and I see men pushing carriages. I see men telling their wives, no, you go off. You have some time off with your friends and the neighbors across the street. The mom works a full-time job. Dad works a full-time job. And they come home and they parent the kids. She keeps the house. I mean, he does the yard work. They have a big yard. And it's a nice yard. He keeps it very well. And they're young. And I give him kudos. And her too. Because she lets him go do what you got to do, hon. And they have the best marriage. Happy marriage. Because they are partners in that marriage. I see it with Tom and Renee. I hear it. I see their interaction very rarely. I'd like to see more. I think they're funny as hell. Very relatable. And, yeah. It's those women who are busting their asses. Working a job, coming home, house, home, kids, laundry, cooking, cleaning. I give you a lot of credit. Men that are stepping up, I give you a lot of credit too. That's being an alpha male. That's being a real man. That's being a partner. That's getting a job done. That's doing what needs to be done because you have that partnership. And if any of you are divorced, for God's sake, please don't badmouth the other parent to the kids. Don't try to cut the other parent off. My circumstance was different. My ex-husband was a criminal. He was a criminal. He should not be allowed near children. Unfortunately, got a bad judge who didn't know how children react when they're asked to testify. Listen, you guys have a great day. Tom, if you're watching this, get Renee on more. I kind of like you people. You're our kind of people. I like the shooting straight from the hip. You remind me of my stepdad. And he was an amazing dad to me. Not the best father to his own children. But he knew how to be a stepdad. Love you guys. Please like, comment, thumbs up.